Hello guys and welcome. I'm here to show you my latest creation, so let's just jump right into it and see what I have for you. I think all of you are familiar with the defocus node, which is used to simulate the camera blur or the bokeh effect. And as you can see, it does a reasonable job with this image. Let me mention that with this kind of image, it's kinda easy to get some acceptable result with the focus. But I think this is not good enough. I think we should have better. So I made this little macro called FilmicBlur, which is based on the defocus. So if I increase the blur right out of the bat, I think I get a hugely better result. But let me tweak it a little bit. Let's go into the highlights control and maybe add some gain in the highlights. This is simply a threshold control. So let's tweak the shape a little bit, maybe add one side, and let me zoom in here for a moment. As you can see here, I have this chromatic aberration, which I'm gonna enable, and I think this is subtle, but it's nice. It's a nice touch. It's nice to have. Let's see the difference. This is the defocus and this is the FilmicBlur. I think it's a huge difference. Let's see it in motion. In terms of performances, with the defocus you get 11 to 12 frames per second on my machine, and with the FilmicBlur I get 7 to 8 frames per second, which is good considering what's going on under the hood. Also, I added this aspect drop-down menu, which will give you the opportunity to choose between a spheric, which is the one that you're seeing, and the anamorphic lens. So the anamorphic, it's made so that it matches a 2.4 aspect ratio as a real anamorphic lens would actually do. So as you can see, this is the result, which I think is really nice. When in anamorphic mode, the performances drop a little bit from 7 to 8. We go to 5 to 6 frames per second, which again is really nice considering what's happening under the hood. But as I said, this image is pretty easy for a defocus node to handle. Let's make it a little bit harder for the defocus, and let's choose this image. Let's increase the defocus size and let's try to tweak it. I mean, you can live with this. I think it's better if like this, but I don't know, it's kind of dull. I think we need better. So let's bring in the FilmicBlur. And let's see what I can do with the FilmicBlur. So as you can see right out of the bat, the result, it's already looking better. But let me tweak it a little bit. So I think the water part of the image is looking nice, but the clouds are overexposed. So in reality, what I think is that these reflections are way brighter than the clouds itself. And here comes in place this filming highlight mask. I add rectangle tool and pipe it into the highlight mask. And let me a little bit of softness. Yeah, this is much more like what I would get, I think, in reality. Let's have a playback. I think this is a huge improvement over this, or maybe this. See the difference? I think this is a huge improvement. Let's see what happens if I enable some chromatic aberration, maybe the anamorphic. I think this is truly beautiful. I mean, it's not 100% photorealistic, but I mean, it's better than the defocus, and you know, it's free, which, what do you want more? Let's kick this one up a notch again, and let's try with this image, which I think would be the hardest on the three that I choose. Let's add the FilmicBlur, and let's see what happens here. Let's go to 20, just for the sake of this demonstration, so that we can see better. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, it's not bad right out of the bat. And let's enhance the highlights a little bit. Again, let's add a rectangle mask. Sorry, not in the effect mask, but into the highlight mask. Yeah, something like that. And much less. And let's see what happens. Let's add some chromatic aberration. I mean, I think it does a great job on handling this image, which otherwise would be really, really tough to get a nice result like this. And okay, I think it's a wrap for me. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next one.